So we'll move on. I watched a movie. It kind of still deals with it. It was called A Night in Miami, and it was so dope because my auntie Mergy, shout out Auntie Merg, she put me onto this movie, and it's on Amazon, I believe, and nobody really been talking about it.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's a reenactment of one night in Miami. It's when Ali became the champion.
Oh wow!
I think he beat Liston that night. So it was Ali, and he was just about to become a member of the Nation of Islam, and so he was Malcolm X was in town. So Malcolm X kind of like they prayed together, before he went into the ring. So he was his spiritual like guidance.
Yeah.
And then Sam Cooke was there.
Oh shit.
And Jim Brown.
That's dope.
Yeah. And they were all like supporting Ali. So they come back to the hotel after he wins the fight. And the movie is just about them 4 dudes and what they did that night. And it wasn't no hangover stuff though. Malcolm was like, Sam Cooke was wanting to party and celebrate. Ali was too, obviously. He just won the championship. His energy was high. Ali was ready to not Ali, but Malcolm X. And he wasn't Ali yet. He was still Cassius Clay. Malcolm X wanted to just sit down and build, like talk and have a moment, like reflect and grow. And them brothers, being young, I think Ali was only like 21, 22 at the time, full of energy. And it boiled over because Sam Cooke ended up going at Malcolm saying like, man, really, you the only one that don't belong here. Like, we all like successful at doing what we do. What are you like? What is your even purpose? Kind of, you know what I mean? Just calling him kind of like just a preacher. Like you just a preacher. You just talk. You know what I mean? And then Malcolm went back at Sam Cooke saying, out of all of us, you the only one that be shucking and jiving for white folks. So you're the one that don't belong. You know what I mean? Like we all speak our tongue. You know what I mean? Or speak our mind openly. You the one that just shuts up for power and sings love songs all the time. And it was crazy for them to go back and forth almost to fight, and they ended up leaving and going out, but then they came back and had a moment of reckoning, and I think shortly after that, Malcolm was assassinated, and Sam Cooke went on to do one of his best songs, what's the song? Oh man, I'm so whack right now that I can't think of the song. It's one of his best songs too. But yeah, Sam Cooke did a song more in line with what Malcolm was trying to push him to talk about. Like, man, you got to do something for the people. People depend on you. Like it was just a dope movie because they was having a conversation about, that fine line of economic freedom, but also advancing for the people, and I think that's a conversation that's also being had right now because we all are trying to be economically free. But also you look at some of these celebrities and you like, did they sell out their people? So that conversation is something that even Malcolm was bringing to the table back then. It's a dope movie, man.
A change is going to come.
Thank you. Change gonna come. Oh, yes, it is.
You know what was dope about Sam Cooke, bro?
Damn.
Was he's the one that got all the fucking black entertainers in the late 50s and early 60s to start rocking froze. Remember how they would all fucking make their hair all stuff? Fucking, yeah. He's the one that was like, bro, no, just rock it natural like this. Like, you're black, fool. And they did a documentary about him, and Smokey Robinson and all those guys came out and was like, yeah, bro, we started rocking our shit like that because Sam Cooke told us to, man.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Because Jim Brown actually broke it down to Malcolm after Sam Cooke and Ali was out the room. He was like, man, I understand where you're coming from. But because, Jim Brown didn't play either side. He was himself, He was like, but everybody can't do it your way, Malcolm. He pretty much was saying, like, everybody plays their part. He was like, because he was like, look at the way Sam Cooke had ownership. He had his masters. He did the business right, where a lot of acts weren't in the good spot like Sam Cooke. So he was like, that's a way we can make change too. So he kind of told Malcolm, like, bro, I hear you, but come on now. What you expect from him? Like, we got to champion what he brings, his his contribution to the table too. So it was amazing movie, man. I hate to give too many spoilers, so I'm not gonna say any more about the plot. You could check it out for yourself. It's A Night in Miami. I was touched by it.
Where'd you watch it
Thank
on?
you for
You watch it on
for
Netflix?
telling me, because I don't bring up movies too much. I'm not a big movie guy.
It's on Netflix?
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Night in Miami.
Yeah, Night in
Amazon
Miami.
Prime.
Kush and Kentraj, the world's most dangerous podcast.